good. And to mark their 25-year milestone, Phil Spencer and Kirsty Allsopp join us now. I mean, when you look back and you see that, you must have such fond memories.
It's been a lot of fun. It really has. Well, 25 years, it's gone in the blink of an eye.
Watching it yesterday, because we've got an advanced copy of it,
Yeah.
it is so joyous, though, Kirsty. Watching your relationship develop on screen. But that moment, even for the two of you who were property finders already, that was your business. When you get that call and you had something accepted, and you can see it's such a moment of
It's
triumph.
such a moment. I had it last week, and the couple that I were with had a really hard time. It was a blended family, and they just wanted to live together. They hadn't yet to live together.
Yeah.
And it was really special, that
when
moment.
people come to us for help, and they only come to us almost as a last resort, they've struggled and not been able to find what they're looking for. So if we are able, in a fairly short space of time, to serve up some solutions and then do a deal and try and save the money, that's a really satisfying place for all of us and all of the production crew.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember what sort of property shows were around 25 years ago.
I don't think there was.
There weren't.
No.
It was a new genre. We had Grand Design.
Yes.
That's 26 years old now.
So that just started, really.
Yes, and then there were the revamping shows, you know, the shows which redecorated a house in 24
Changing
hours.
rooms or
Yes.
whatever. Yeah.
Which were really exciting. But the more technical purchase shows where you got advice on how to buy and what to buy, and where you really saw the real stories, because that's one of the things we're really proud of. It's their money. We're really making offers. We're really seeing the houses. It's some of the least fake TV you're going to find.
Yes,
I think we've been really lucky.
Yeah.
Because we're not all keen cooks or gardeners or car enthusiasts, but actually we are all interested in where we live and the roof over our head at night. So there's added into the process, people don't move very often, and it is stressful, and it is full of decisions and discussion and debate and compromise and money and emotion. So there's a lot for us to kind of work with it.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like property is the narrative that runs through the show, but the real it's the human element that you have to it as well.
That's what we love. What we love is each couple, like the two sisters, Inez and Amoki, who are on tonight, the first in the new series. They had such a hard ride. Yeah. They were first-time buyers. They moved back to Suffolk. They were commuting from Suffolk into London to work. And they'd saved up, and then they'd made an offer on a property which it turned out didn't have the right documentation. Another one, they were outbid. And then when they came on the show, they were really desperate. And I was really so passionate about finding them the right thing. And then we found it, then we got outbid, which doesn't often happen to us. So that was a whole other thing. And it was really funny, because yesterday I was working with a colleague who I'd been working with on the day that I had been going off. Because, you know, we've got Love It or List It and Location. And the relationship between those shows is really sweet. And I will say to that one team, oh, I've got to go off and do something for the other team. Yeah. And he said, I remember you going up and down this decking in a house where we were filming Love It or List It, just furiously trying to secure the house for Inez and Amoki.
Phil, you get so invested, and the two of you are competitive with each other as well. That's one of the things I really love. What were your impressions of Kirsty when you first met?
They probably remain consistent throughout the 25 years. Always great fun. I never know what she's going to say from one minute to the next.
Yeah, in slightly more comfortable shoes than the boots that you wore
Never
initially.
Comfortable shoes.
I really
never ever comfortable shoes. Never seen in flats.
No, I do sometimes take them off. And have a pair. I do now travel with a pair of more comfortable shoes. Yeah.
Never trousers and never flats.
I love
Always
that.
immaculately toned out.
But it was interesting when you were watching the 25-year show, because obviously you know all about property and you have that history and you're the masterminds behind it. But then there's all the different things that politics change. There's a pandemic, all these different elements. Change as well, that even you guys can't predict.
It's really interesting filming the hour show that's on from 9 until 10 tonight. Yeah, looking at the kind of bumps and moments. And there's been a huge changes in the market throughout, the ups and the downs, and the different advice that we've given and deals that we've done at different times. And I think that's probably what's kept it fresh for us, and possibly fresh for the viewers as well, we're every time we go out to make it, the market is slightly different.
It's evolving, isn't it?
And it's different nationally. And I think the greatest joy of our working life is the privilege of having seen every county in the country.
Yeah.
And we know, you know, if when I meet someone, I ask them where they live, there's a very strong likelihood I've been there. I know the place.
Yeah, of course.
And that is something that would never have happened to us otherwise without location. And it's really amazing. You feel you know your own country.
There's one of the in the 25-year show. One of the things I thought struck me because yesterday we're starting to talk more and more about AI and ChatGPT, and we had our own new family member of the This Morning family, who is Julia, who is an AI bot, I guess. You had a couple that basically did their search, their initial search where they lived, by going into ChatGPT, and I thought, gosh, that's a real shift in understanding the right part of the world. You don't think it worked? But I was fascinated that they did that, though.
They
It felt
did do
like
that,
a quite smart idea.
They weren't born and bred in this country, so they didn't have particular connections anywhere. So they simply put it into the chatbot, and it spat out of town, and they said, right, well, let's go and live there. And it was brave.
People,
brave.
One of the questions we asked, the number one question we asked, is there a location? Is this location doing this? I always say the same thing: buy where your life works.
Right.
And that's where ChatGPT would probably struggle.
Interesting.
Is that actually, you know, where's your childcare? You know, where are your ageing parents? You know, people always say, we want to be close to our parents, not so close that they can come around without ringing. Where are your friends? Where is your commute to work?
Yeah.
You know, we were just talking to a colleague of ours who's here with us today, and he said, I'm going to have to move out of home quite soon. He still lives with his parents because the commute is getting a bit of a struggle.
Yeah.
So where is he going to find a place to live that works for returning home and getting to work?
Yeah.
And that is the key, is to look at how your life is going to work. But also the difficult bit is to look 5 years
to look
down.
forward. We're always
Yes.
encouraging people to think 5 years forward. And what will life
Look like
then?
Yeah.
And it's not the life you necessarily want to lead now.
Yeah.
But if you wish to lead it, then you might need to plan for it.
We were talking about it yesterday, actually, and people moving back in with their parents so that they could now, you know,
We were kids.
30-year-olds,
Yeah.
so that they could now then afford a deposit for a house. I mean, that's changed in the 25 years.
Rents have gone through the roof, landlords are exiting, and there is less choice of rental property, so the supply and demand up go the rents. That's a real problem for society at the moment.
Yeah. Well, the show is great. Thank you.
It was
so
lovely
much.
to watch it back.
It was. You remember all these
some
different
amazing
things,
moments.
don't
And I
you?
love when you revisit some of the characters that you found properties
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
I think it was Louis and George, you know, and see
Yeah.
where they are and how they're doing, things like that.
Yeah, Phil gets to do a lot more of those revisits
I did a
than me,
revisit
and they're
on
a real
Monday.
joy.
Is that because the punters like him more? Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's more easygoing, he's gentle.
I
He
loved
has
going
machines,
back.
he can travel.
I
Yes,
love going
yeah.
back.
No.
Thank you.
And it is a great pleasure to see when it's all worked out.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you so much for
Thank
being here this
you.
morning and having a chat. You can catch the new series of Location tonight at 8 p.m. on Channel 4, as well as specials 25 years of Location. And Kirsty and Phil, bleeps, boops and the best bits.
Yes. There's a fair few.
Now, thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
Now then, he may well have proven his strength with the SAS soldiers. He was crowned king of the jungle. But today, we are exclusively revealing Sam Thompson's toughest mission yet.
Having established himself as a triple world record holder on our show, we're following Sam on his next big feat, Soccer Aid's match ball mission for UNICEF. And he's here now to tell us more.
Is that the actual
This is the
match ball?
ball, man.
Is that the one that's going to be...
This is it. Yeah, this is what's going to be hopefully taken straight to Old Trafford.
Are you to be trusted with that?
I don't know. I've been holding it all day.
I don't know if it's a good thing.
I've named him Bertie.
Bertie.
By the way, I love him at the moment. And I'm going to hate him by the end of this.
Well, so what we know is that Soccer Aid is kicking off up at Old Trafford
Yes, it is, yeah.
this year. You are currently in London.
Yeah.
How, Sam, are you getting the ball from London to Manchester?
Well, it's, as you now know, it's 260 miles for me from here to there, and we're going to be... This is really fun. We're going to be going via... I'm trying to find the fun in it. We're going to be going via different stadiums. So we're going MK Dons, Villa Park, Port Vale, Goodison Park in Liverpool, which... I don't really... We're kind of going diagonally and then going sort of a right angle to our... They're making it real long. And
they have just won the Premier League, though, so you're allowed to go via Anfield.
That is when we're going via Goodison Park.
Oh, you go via Old Goodison? You're going to see Everton's new stadium?
Quite cool. I don't actually know, but quite cool to see the new one, mate.
Yeah, go via both.
It'd be really
If
cool.
you go past Goodison, you can go past Anfield as well, because they're right next door.
Yeah, but I'm a Chelsea fan, mate. I don't want to do that.
He's not interested. So let's talk seriously now. Have you been training? Is your body a temple? Have you been watching all your diet? Have you got anybody who's kind of helping you out?
None of the above. Yeah, I've got someone helping me out. I've got a running coach who is absolutely amazing, a guy called Taylor, and I'm trying to stick to it as much as possible. But I have so much admiration for anybody who does things like this. Like, I've only just started realising, I did a 5K. That was the furthest I've ever gone. And suddenly I'm sort of like up to like 17K.
And because, of course, each day you're running a marathon each day, and then you've got to cycle 80 miles on the bike.
Well, it's anything up to 80K.
OK, 80K.
Anything up to, so it can sometimes be less as well.
Trust me, Sam, it'll feel like 80 miles, regardless of how far it is when you get on the bike.
Yeah, I'm really nervous about that. I mean, I've never even run a marathon, so doing 5 marathons in 5 days and then having to get on a bike and do it and doing that. But look, I will do it. I have to do it. There's no option to not do it. And I was incredibly lucky, actually, recently to go to Guatemala and see what it's all about. I mean, UNICEF is one of the biggest charities in the world. It was a complete honour for me to even do Soccer Aid, to be honest, last year. But then
She's super cute.
So that's Danny. Danny's 3 years old, and she is just one of the most special human beings you've ever met in your life. And before I got there, they spoke to me about her mother was saying that she barely ever spoke and she was really worried about her development. And when she went to the Child Development Centre that UNICEF put on, and this is just a rural town, 4.5 hours out of Guatemala City, and they have a centre there. And she said that she's completely changed in such a short space of time. The child that I saw was holding my hand, bringing me in to play with her, like doing the laundry with her mum. She's 3 years old. She is so joyous. And actually, do you know what? I think going there, you don't quite know what you're going to be like because...
No, it's quite frightening before you get there.
You don't, because you want to be so authentically yourself. You don't want to be, like, thinking about what you should be saying or anything in these kind of films. You want to feel it.
Yeah.
And so you don't know how you're going to be. And I came out with a completely different idea than when I thought. I thought it was going to be a bit sad. Obviously, it is quite sad, but I came out with such a feeling of hope, joy, and happiness.
Yeah.
And that completely radiates from the kids there, and it's obviously really tough circumstances over there, but they have so much happiness and so much hope that if we can just give them the smallest little platform to succeed, they'll be prime ministers, mate.
Yeah.
Like, they are so amazing.
Optimism is huge.
Oh,
right?
the optimism in their eyes, it's so beautiful to see. And that's what UNICEF do. It's the cornerstone of what they're doing out there.
And of course, that's what, Sam, you need to hold on to. You need to hold on to the pictures of Danny in your head when it's getting really dark.
Yeah, the
because it will do
responsibility.
on the marathons and on the bike, and just knowing that is... We're going to be with you every step of the way.
Yeah, we will.
Are you going to run?
Following it. I'll be very keen to join you at some parts, for sure. Whether that's on a bicycle, whether that's with my trainers.
We could get you a sidecar or something. He could drag you along behind. Or just have a backie.
It's no mean feat, this, though. I've done
isn't.
some challenges like this, and as we've been discussing, it's going to be much tougher mentally than it is physically, because you've just got to keep going.
I don't know what I've got in there.
You've got loads in there, and we've got a message from somebody who wanted to make sure you understood that they were fully behind you as well. It's a very special message from somebody who knows all about big challenges.
Sam, the challenge is on. It's all for a great cause. Soccer Aid for UNICEF. Mate, get the job done. I'll help you in any way I possibly can, but the hard work is now on you. Don't be shaking it, lad, or you've got me to answer to. See you soon, champ.
The legend, Tony Bellew, fellow I'm a Celeb camp mate.
Of course, he's on the golf course.
Where he spends his life now, of course.
Oh, mate, do you know what? I called him recently, actually, and I just said, man, I'm really nervous for this. And he was just like, look, mate, there's no way, backwards isn't an option. And he was like, forwards is the only option. But, I mean, look, I think I feel a lot of responsibility and I feel a lot of pressure because I've made amazing friends with a lot of the people at UNICEF, and we've been working together for a lot of this year, and I just don't want to let anyone down, and I really, really don't want to let anyone down.
Great thing about pressure, Sam, pressure makes diamonds.
And it's for tyres.
Yes.
And it's for tyres.
It'll get your adrenaline going.
When you get it there, You're going to be putting on the shirt? You can play as well?
If I can. I mean, look, it's quite quick after the challenge, so if I can get out there for even 10 minutes, I'll be so... You got a sending off, apparently.
Oh, he was always really dirty.
You're the only one who got sent off.
Always really dirty.
No one ever starts with, so
always.
you're the only England player to score every penalty they've ever taken. You get one red card, and that's all they want to talk about. We've got a little package for you, Sam.
Come on then.
That's going to get you round.
Just a little bit of...
A little bit of support
what you might
and love
need.
From me and Kat.
Yes.
I'm going to put this over here so you get a sense of what we've got for you.
Right.
There's some important elements in here.
Yeah.
So we've got some Epsom salts.
I love Epsom salts.
There's a big bag of Epsom salts.
Yeah, we've got some, like, energy, vitamins and
You've
stuff.
got a little bell, which plays the This Morning theme tune.
These go on the edge of your bike.
That's going to annoy everyone. I'm going to do it every 5 seconds.
And this might be the most important thing.
They're handlebars.
Anti-friction thigh rescue.
I've already got... sorry. I've already got friction burns.
Already?
On the bike,
Well, here we go. When you rub this on, you can think of me and Kat, because we will be saving the friction and saving the burns, and we could get you some chamois cream as well, because it goes up... You need some up your
Do you know
back
what?
end
I
as
know
well.
exactly what you mean. It's getting right up there.
Yeah.
Yes.
When you're on the bike seat for that long, it's painful.
chafes.
When you're in the saddle.
Yeah,
Yes,
it chafes
the chafing is
massively.
real.
Yeah.
So take all these things with you. We'll be there either physically or in spirit.
Yes.
No, Ben, you're going to be there physically.
Yes.
I'm not having any other
We're
way.
very excited
You
for
can
you.
give him a backache.
Thank you so much.
You.
And thank you. Anyone watching this, I'd really, just anyone, if you can get behind it in any way. I know there's been quite a few challenges this year and stuff, and I understand that asking for donations is, you know, I feel weird doing it, but I really would really appreciate if anyone can.
And you've seen firsthand the
Amazing.
difference it makes, right?
Yeah.
The smallest thing can make a biggest difference.
Massive difference. Donating to the Soccer Aid Appeal is simple.
Yeah, to give 20, 30 or £10, then just text 30, 20 or 10 to 70822. Text costs you your donation plus one standard rate message.
You must be 16 or over. Please ask the bill payer's permission, and you can also donate online. The website's shown on the screen.
100% of your donation will go to UNICEF. Every donation as well gets doubled up to £5 million, thanks to the Children's Investment Fund Foundation.
Now.
Sam, good luck, my friend.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We're going to do it!
You'll do it.
We're going to do it! I hope.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
Oh, and not only have the lads from
Lovely.
Diversity decided to diversify into the world of
good.
podcasting, thank you. They're gearing up for a brand new tour as well. Ashley, Jordan and Perry join us now. Good morning, gents.
Hey, guys.
It doesn't matter how often I watch little clips, and I guess you guys get shown them all the time, of when you arrived on the Britain's Got Talent stage. Do you still get that thrill, Ash, when you look back at it?
Not so much that one. Yeah, still getting that one. Not so much that clip, but no, do you know what? It's crazy what our bodies used to do.
Now we just make Perry do more.
Yeah, exactly.
Just make him do more.
But no, it's crazy. Honestly, looking back, it simultaneously feels like only yesterday and also like just a lifetime ago. Like sometimes I don't even recognise that. But yeah.
But Jordan, you managed to pack so much in to those years as well. What's been the highlight for you?
Oof. That's difficult because, like Ben said, really hit the pun there with how we've diversified. I'm a big fan of that. So I got into stand-up, actually. No, with all the things we've done, whether it be radio, TV, now the podcast as well, the different tours, it's hard to pick one highlight. I do think, like, the first time we sold out the O2 is always the...
Big highlight.
Yeah, like you're driving up to the O2, you see your name on the screens and stuff like that. That's always like a bit of a wow moment.
That was also your cue to say family is
Family.
my biggest achievement.
My kids are my biggest achievement now.
Yes.
Thank
One of
you,
you have grown up.
Yeah, thank you.
Even though you're significantly younger. I just remember, Perry, the thing that I loved about watching you guys dancing, which was so extraordinary, was just how they literally didn't care what they did with you.
Yeah.
The higher they could throw, the more flips. I mean, you were like their plaything. It was
true.
It's
Yeah,
so
didn't get a say.
No.
You know,
We
just kind of-
cared.
He's the money right there. Of course you cared. Of course you cared.
Did you ever, at that time, put your foot down and say, guys, I'm not sure I should be going that close to the lights in the
Oh
scene?
yeah, every day. Yeah, absolutely.
He tried.
No, do you know what? It's a proper whirlwind for me. Like back then, I know everyone was. You guys are cracking on now, but it felt like I was on a school trip the whole time. Do you know what I mean? I was just kind of in my own little world and loving life and dancing, and it was great.
That's brilliant. So tell us a bit about the podcast. It's based on kind of a would you rather.
Yeah, so
Yes.
podcast is called Brothers Uncovered. It's
Right.
based loosely around the game of Would You Rather, which is something that we genuinely do. Like, we travel around the country all the time performing, and we play that game consistently. And so we thought, you know what? Let's just basically bring the tour bus vibes, the Would You Rather game, bring it all together and make something that other people can listen to, you know?
But, I mean, there is, of course, doing that and saying it hypothetically. There is another thing when you bring a giant snake into the studio and also threaten to get a tattoo.
Yeah, that my options were hold a snake, a boa constrictor for, was it 30 seconds? Or a minute? Or get a tattoo of the podcast logo without knowing whether it'd be successful or not.
Nightmare.
I went for the tattoo. There's no way.
He's that scared of snakes.
Where's your tattoo?
It's on my leg. I will show you it if you want. But
Get it out.
Come on, get it out.
Guys,
Get it
sorry,
out.
I don't mean this in a weird way. I'm so sorry. I have to undo these.
Get it out.
Everyone, calm down.
We didn't choose the snake, did we?
No. Nice.
We'll soon find out.
Never been called that before, so...
So at the start of every
There we
episode...
go.
There
we go.
There you go.
I was uncovered.
Wow. But that was the
fresh.
first show.
I know.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
Still.
At the start of every episode, we swear an oath.
Hey, guys.
To say, for the rest of the
It's getting awkward now, sorry.
Sit down.
Longer than I thought.
We swear an oath to say whatever we ask, whether it questions our morals or sanity, we have to answer and commit. So for that episode, whatever we say, we have to do.
Yeah, we do it.
But I mean, where is it going to go from here?
That's the first episode.
That's the first.
And it goes in order, so I've already done my one now, so I'm hoping I can get these two worse smooth moving
So
forward.
you can sit there and go, right, so they did that to me, what can I do?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
What are your fears, Perry?
Fears?
Yeah.
What do I hate? I don't know, public speaking?
OK, so there could be one of
He's
those.
doing one right now, actually, guys.
Television right now. Television.
Do you know what I hate? I hate peanut butter. That's a weird one. I just like that's like
Something with
Are you seeing the levels here?
Yeah.
I got a tattoo and he's got to eat a Snickers.
Yes,
it's all a ploy.
So you've got the podcast is happening. You're also going on tour as well, though, Ashley, so people can see you all together.
Back out again. I can't believe it. Honestly, like watching those clips back. If you would have said to me when we first went on to Britain's Got Talent, you know, we'd be sitting here talking about our next tour called Soul. We would have sold over 1 million tickets. Going
Wow.
Like, honestly, I would just never have believed it, you know. So here we are, and you know, the next tour. Honestly, I'm so excited about it. It's based in robotics, technology, the future of AI. You know, the stuff that we're all
dealing with.
We're all talking about it at the moment. And so I just wanted to create something that was based around that and sort of create a show where I use AI and I use robots to create it and within it, and we tour them and we do some crazy stuff.
Like how you got the 1 million tickets in there as well, mate.
Well, you know, I don't like to brag.
Do you want to mention your MBE as well while we're here?
No.
OK, we'll leave that.
No, leave that.
Imagine doing Christmas with him, it's impossible.
What does the MBE stand for on the podcast?
Oh, good question. What is that?
So we end the podcast with Ashley Banjo's Massive Big End. So
there you go. You're at Match Bander's MBE.
Ashley Banjo MBE, and we have a massive big end on every podcast.
And that's why it was bestowed upon you, so you could use it like that. Well
Throw it around willy-nilly.
Well, look, boys, thank you so much for popping in. It's always a joy to have you in the studio. Can't wait to listen to the podcast as well. Everyone's going to love it, I'm sure.
Thank you, man.
Just means you set the standard quite high there.
It's up there now, mate.
They've got to live up to that expectation.
For sure. Tickets for Diversity Soul 2026 tour are available now.
Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning. Oh, Beverly. It's so lovely to see you. Thank you for coming in.
Morning, it's a pleasure.
Hello, you.
This is the most remarkable story.
Incredible.
Next up was, without doubt, one of the most important pioneers in rock music, in gospel music, that maybe people haven't ever heard of.
No.
That's right. She was this icon, this legend that most people are like, I don't know who that is. You know, the name passes them by. But she was one of the founding mothers.
Yeah.
She's the Mount Rushmore of the architects of rock and roll. Absolutely. Not only because of her way of swinging with her guitar, but she revolutionised gospel music and gave us what is modern gospel. So she was influenced right across the board, she was such a powerful woman. Incredible life story.
And she went on to influence all these powerful men. I've got to say, Bev, I didn't know about her. So last night when I was, I disappeared down this rabbit hole. She was incredible. She influenced Elvis Presley and Johnny Cash and Chuck Berry.
Little Richard. It goes on.
She did like a whole thing where the third time she got married, she sold tickets to her wedding at a stadium. What was the stadium called?
The Griffith Stadium.
That's it. And 20,000 people. And she got married there and did a concert at the same time.
The first ever stadium gig. That was her.
And that was her wedding.
Music, and that was her wedding.
Amazing.
She got married to husband number 3.
That was a precursor to a Hello magazine.
But imagine, though, if it hadn't been like the 30s and 40s and it wasn't in segregated America and she wasn't black and a woman, imagine how many tickets she would have... She would have been like the Taylor Swift of today.
Oh, and then some.
And then some.
And then some. I mean... There's a direct line between her and Tina Turner, for example, another stadium rock soul legend. It goes on. This woman had so much influence and it was so far-reaching. And I'm just thrilled to be able to tell something of her story in this show, Marie and Rosetta.
Yeah, and it's a two-hander.
It's a two-hander.
Right? It's just the two of you on stage.
That's right.
For the whole thing.
For the whole thing. There's myself playing Sister Rosetta, and then Ndombizodwa Ndlovu, who is playing Marie Knight, who was her duet partner. And, I mean, their duets were legendary. So we have a night in 1946 in Mississippi where Sister Rosetta has spied Marie Knight, who was an opening act for the great Mahalia Jackson, gospel legend, and has said, I'll definitely nick that girl because she's amazing, but how are we going to work together? Is it going to work? I think she'd be perfect to help me get back into the church's good books because the churches had thrown her out because she was making music that swung, you know, the devil's music. So... she was out of favour, so she thought Marie would help her get back in. And so we find them at this point where they're going to go on stage for the first time. Is it going to work? How's it going to work? And then in so doing, we uncover their lives, their loves, their losses, and, of course, the songs, which are just incredible.
Is it slightly terrifying, though? Having to be this person who's a real person, right?
Yes.
So there's a sense of responsibility.
Exactly that.
And also the fact that it's just the two of you on stage the whole time.
I was like, yeah, I want to play Sister Rosetta. Oh, my God, she's amazing. What have I just done? What have I done? There's nowhere to hide.
No.
There's a lot of dialogue. Didn't you post on your Instagram, you and your partner, sort of, he was helping you with the dialogue on holiday?
Me and James were there on holiday, you know, the ocean's there, it's all lovely, and we were reading the lines back and forth.
Just trying to fix.
Just trying to get this huge piece into my brain. Thank God it's in there now. It's there now.
Yes.
Have you got it? Have you got it?
I've got it now.
So you've done the previews. Preview was last night. You were doing preview last night?
Previews started this week. Preview again tonight, and then tomorrow is the big opening night, the big press night, where everybody will come down and tell me their opinion.
And they'll love it.
Yes,
I'm sure they will love it,
I hope
Beverly.
so.
Listen, you're used to massive... You hosted the Olivier Awards as well, right? Was that not slightly terrifying? Because I always think that when you do something like that and you look out over the audience and you're like, oh, there's Kate Blanchett and there's Eddie Redmayne, and is it not slightly terrifying?
It was completely terrifying. Thank God for Billy, because he was like, girl, I've done this so many times. You know how he talks, he's like a preacher. And he's so used to hosting.
Yeah.
So I was like, Billy, help me through this. You'll be fine, girl, I know you. And thank God, the first thing we did was get out there and sing.
Yes.
That instantly relaxed me.
And then you're at home.
Yeah.
And then I was like, right, I know what I'm doing now, I'm all right.
Did you and Billy do a single together as well?
We have. Yes.
What did you do?
We recorded a song called Never Say Never, which is doing really well. I'm very pleased. It's just a really soulful ballad, and it's just gorgeous.
How fab.
It was so nice that a relationship that came from us hosting the Oliviers continued into music, which we both loved, and has now continued into a lovely friendship.
Gorgeous.
So very, very happy.
So where can people see Marie and Rosetta?
I'm currently at the Rose Theatre in Kingston upon Thames. It's not too far from the capital. And then I do a week at home in Wolverhampton. I'm really chuffed. The last time I was on that stage, I was 12.
No.
And that's right. And Sister Rosetta Tharpe played Wolverhampton. So for me, that was like, oh, my God. And then finally, in July, I go to the Chichester Theatre, the Minerva Theatre, which is part of the Festival Theatre there.
Lovely.
So very, very excited.
And you're going to be on the road with Gary Barlow.
I am.
And Michael Bublé
Michael
as
Bublé.
well. It's a busy lady.
Barlow and the Boob.
Barlow and Boob.
I know.
What a time to be alive. Beverly, it's so lovely to have you come in. And we know that you were just saying you got excited because you follow Niall. You've been following Niall, our
my
dog
God.
rescuer, and Tina, his dog. I mean, and you yourself have experienced a dog that's changed your life.
Yes, I have. And I'm so thrilled to meet a man who, in changing the lives of so many thousands of dogs, has changed his own life. And it all started with Tina. And I know that feeling. I've been there. I was terrified of dogs, and then Blue, my sister-in-law's dog, changed my life. So
Fabulous.
He's doing wonderful things.
Yeah. Beverly, thank you so much for popping by. It's so
Thank
nice
you.
to see you
And
always.
I'm in Rosetta Tharpe.
Oh, yes.
She's cool.
Hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning. One of our favourite guests, actors and comedians, but when he's not on screen, Stephen Mangan is busy as a best-selling children's author.
Yes, alongside his sister Anita, the Mangan siblings have just released their 7th children's book, The Fart That Saved the Universe. And for anyone who loves toilet humour, they're going to love this, correct?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's about getting children to pick up the book.
Yeah.
So if you have to have a fart in the title, so be it.
Absolutely, because you've said you want to disrupt bedtimes. I did it, so I actually did it during bath time. That's quite often when we read,
Oh,
actually.
right. Good idea.
We're up to chapter 5. We're in. He's
Good.
just said, can you take me to your leader, please? Because his mum always makes him say,
Yeah,
please.
He's polite.
Is Saskia going to make it back?
I can't tell you that. You're going to have to get to the end and see. I'm not giving away any secrets.
But just in case anyone hasn't read the first 5 chapters, Stephen, could you just outline how there is a fart that might save the universe?
Well, good question. I wrote, and Anita illustrated, a World Book Day book.
Yes.
You know, one of those books you can get with a token.
Yeah.
The Fart That Broke World Book Day. And we loved the characters and the world so much that we thought, let's do a sequel.
Yeah.
So this is the sequel. You don't have to have read the first book. This can be read on its own. But basically, some aliens have landed on Earth. Their craft is powered by farts. They land at a school, they're harvesting farts. But suddenly, we take off into space and things go wrong for our intrepid heroes.
Yes.
And they're all dressed in World Book Day costumes as well, so...
They've all come as important authors.
Or, you know, one is dressed as Wally from Where's Wally?
Yes.
And he's very
Was there a
upset
Stephen
at
Mangan, though?
going into space dressed as Wally from Where's Wally?
But there's also jokes in there for adults as well, isn't there?
There are. Well, I mean, you know, people like to read with their children.
Of course
you know,
they
and it's a great thing. I do it with my boys, I have done with all of them. Yeah, there is a character called Doll E. Pardon, who is a country and western singer from a far-off galaxy. She has a sort of purple bouffant and orange teeth, but she sings lonesome country and western songs. Yeah, the little jokes like that, I think I'm not sure many 8-year-olds will understand who Dolly Parton is, but...
But they
parents
can love the tone of it as well, of course.
Yeah.
Is your 9-year-old your youngest?
Yes.
Is he a go-to font of ideas and sort of storyline?
I have 2 focus groups going at home. The 14-year-old Frank is very good on plot, so I'll talk him through various plot holes I found myself in or corners I backed myself into, and he'll help me work through it. And then Jack, who's 9, is the one who reads them first, and I'm sitting there going, why were you laughing? Or why aren't you laughing? Or what was funny? So, yeah, I use them. I mean, they don't know that they're working but don't tell them.
I was going to say.
Because they're not getting
Are they
any
on
money.
commission?
No.
They're not getting any of the royalty.
No.
Someone who is on commission is your sister.
Yeah,
though.
she is. It's her illustrations
Yeah.
in the book, and they are fantastic.
Anita.
And they kind of, Anita, yeah, they make the book.
And she's coming with me today.
loitering.
How lovely
She
is that?
Yeah, making sure I don't say anything about her.
But also, you won't let her on the sofa because it's about you, as we know.
I'm the big brother. This is my time.
So do you wind each other up? Because you have that relationship together, do you do things or say that her work's not good enough or do things to make her more difficult?
I can't draw at all. My art is
Right.
hopeless, so I'm very happy to leave that to her. But, you know, she told me once that horses are notoriously difficult to draw, so I wrote a whole book about reindeer. Because I'm her older brother. That's my job, is to be annoying.
But hold on, she's the talented
Wow.
artist, but
Yeah.
you're the one that hosts Portrait Artist of the Year, Landscape Artist of the Year.
Yeah, stop shining a light on all this stuff. Let's just leave things as they are. It's all working fine.
There is a creative, talented Mangan, and
it's not me.
It's so good, though. Oh, but there are going to be more of these as well, do we think? The fart books.
I
Because
don't know. I think I'm going to put the farts aside for the next one. I'm in the middle of writing a Christmas book at the moment.
that's not fart related.
It's not fart related.
Okay.
But, you know, these books are for 8 to 12-year-olds.
Right.
And children are not polite.
No.
And they have so many other distractions. They can easily pick up screens or watch telly. And I loved reading. I loved it. And I got so much out of it. So you just think, I just want you to pick it up, read the first few pages, and then I promise you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, you want children to read for pleasure. It's
Yeah.
one of the biggest indicators of success.
Yeah.
You know, the children going forward. If they
It's
read
hard-
for pleasure.
It's hard, isn't it? I think boys, particularly, we've all got boys between us. I think we've got almost got a football team. Are your boys good readers?
Yes and no. I mean, if they find a book they love, it's
They're in.
great. And it's, you know, we all know what finding a great book is like finding a friend. It's like this whole world you can immerse yourself in. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
But, you know, there are screens around. There are
Yeah.
other distractions.
It's so hard. My littlest is really into reading, and it's our thing that I take him to the bookshop on a Saturday morning. And he loves, you know, those comics as well that have all the... And he was talking about bum angels, which are basically the same as farts, and the lad in the shop who was serving him laughed at it at the same time. It's just a universal thing, you know?
Yeah. I mean, any route to get them to pick up their book and start reading.
Yeah.
Anything you can, even if it is bum... Was it bum angels?
Bum angels.
OK, let's leave that there.
That's for the Christmas special.
Yeah.
Moving away from the bum angels, can we talk about the spin-off of The Split?
Yeah.
I mean, last time you were in, we were talking about Unicorn with you, Nicola, and whether there could be more, because the last time we saw Nathan in the Barcelona spin-off, he had his earring.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's a good enough picture of the earring, which I can't quite believe wasn't
Just
permanent.
not me.
The Split Up is the new series that the BBC have announced. Is there a suggestion that you or any of the characters might be in that?
Not that I'm aware, but, I mean, you know, I can find out where it's filming and sort of put a bad wig on and walk
Just
around
wander
in the
along.
background.
Borrow your moustache from the university
No, it's
days.
a whole separate kind of operation, so I don't know anything about it. Unless the entire rest of the cast of The Split are in it and no one tells me.
It's just you.
If
It's
he's
just
not
for
in
you.
it,
Yeah.
don't say anything to
Have you
Mandy.
seen him in that earring? We can't have
OK,
it.
so we don't know about that, but what about the Fortune Hotel?
Yeah.
Fortune Hotel is shot, being edited at the moment. It is great. The great thing about second series is you realise what worked so well the first time round, and you can do more of that. We've tweaked it and adjusted it, and we've got a fantastic cast of characters, and it is so exciting. It's a really crack.
Like
it's a real
the
cracker.
worst job in the world.
Listen, a month in the Caribbean during an English winter, I'm telling you. Yeah, it is. It's the cushiest job in the world. I can't
It looked
pretend
absolutely...
otherwise.
And did you just run the marathon as well?
I did, yeah.
Congratulations.
All right, under 4 hours, which is what I wanted.
It was attritional, though.
It was really
everybody.
hard.
There were people face down.
Joel did. Joel fainted.
He fainted.
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere you go, there was people lying down with oxygen masks on their face. It was only 18 to 20 degrees, but that makes a big difference.
I've seen it at the start of Saving Private Ryan. Everyone was going down left, right, and
Honestly,
centre.
some guy barged past me with 100 yards to go, and I thought, all right, elbows flying. And then 20 yards further on, he just went sideways and fell over.
And did you help him, or did you just look
No, I
like
just
that?
jumped over and went, take... No, I
That'll learn you. That'll learn you.
No, I mean, the ambulance people were very busy that day.
Really, some ambulance were amazing. Stephen, thank you for coming in. It's
Book
always a
is
treat when you
great.
are.
Yeah, Stephen's new book, The Fart That Saved the Universe, is out tomorrow. We'll be
Congratulations to
reading
you, and Anita as well. Thank you for putting
Yes,
up with him.
thank you.
Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning. So many moments.
So good.
It was so lovely watching you all watch those clips back. What happened to the stars of Footballers' Wives once the cameras stopped rolling?
We're joined now by Layla Rest, who played Amber Gates, Susie Amy, who starred as Chardonnay, Gary Lucy, who was, of course, Chardonnay's footballer husband Kyle, and Alison Newman, who was the club's no-nonsense chairman.
The evil chairman.
Someone has got to keep them in order. I mean, Layla, I watched the first one back, just because obviously you'd watched it back in the day, but I can't get away. I can't believe what you used to get away with.
I know.
The storylines.
It was crazy because we would get the scripts, wouldn't we? And look at them, read them, and phone up the producers, go, oh, we can't do this. We're never going to get away with this. And, of course, they didn't care. We'd just end up doing it. And it caused pandemonium. We'd be in the papers. And then, obviously, later you find out that we haven't even touched the sides of what the footballers are really up to. So it was quite tame, really.
Yeah. What about that episode where it was literally the baby and the fake tan?
Oh, gosh, yeah, because she'd swapped the babies.
Yeah.
And obviously she's trying to get away with her baby being mine, and so she had to fake bake the baby so that it was my skin colour.
Tone.
And it was just hysterical. It's just madness. We had the best writers, though, didn't we?
Yeah.
They were just fantastic.
Yeah. There was always an amazing atmosphere because I interviewed you all over the years and you have Kat as well. But, Susie, I think it's those moments when we looked at that picture of you when you were doing your fashion of Chardonnay and the outfit that had been designed by the guy that designed Victoria Beckham's clothing, and, of course, she was the icon of all footballers' wives. It was just an amazing moment in time, wasn't it?
We were so lucky to have such a great costume designer. Her name's Sarah Arthur, and she had such a great vision because for the first season, she didn't have a huge budget. As the show progressed, people became more generous, but this was a brand new show. And she was so good at making these connections and really sourcing these, that key piece for Victoria, how can we get the same one, and striking deals so that we did look like we were rich. I mean, that photo is funny, I've just said that one. I'm not sure. But obviously this was the early 2000s, so it was a very different time. And actually watching it back, you obviously look in the mirror every day and you grow with yourself. But when you do, I don't ever watch the show back, which is sad. And at some stage, I probably should. I don't know if any of you have. But you look back and you think, goodness, that's such a long time ago. Everything looked so different, including...
It really did.
Yes.
But it was so glamorous and so exciting, and as Kat was saying, so extraordinary. You setting your boobs on fire, or Chardonnay setting her boobs on fire at the birthday party. I mean,
she didn't do it herself.
No. But they were set on fire.
They were.
I mean, that was amongst, I'm sure, some of your favourite storylines.
That one actually wasn't one of my favourite storylines, and that took days to film. I remember the build-up to the boobs getting set on fire, and then the scarring that had to be drawn on, but only for one season. Season 2, they decided the scarring was gone. Magic had healed.
As if by magic.
So some of the storylines were definitely more fun than others, and I preferred the more light-hearted storylines, and the ones that involved all of us, things like the christening. I really enjoyed all of us getting together, and I genuinely have such fond memories of our time.
I'm sure.
It really was something.
A lot of laughter.
Yeah.
Yes,
a lot of laughter.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you. Gary, how on earth did you keep a straight face when you were going to the wedding on the back of the horse with the pirate hat, like marching towards... like Chardonnay, who was lying in pink with Snow White's 7 dwarfs around her. How do you even keep straight faces?
Honestly, I mean, the scripts were out there, as you know. But when we got onto set, I didn't know anything about the horse. I mean, that wasn't in there. The horse was there. Can you ride a horse? Well, I'll try it, and yeah, it was just amazing. Honestly, every we couldn't have been luckier than the gang that we had.
Really?
We were in this like mad, world that we watched. I remember watching the first episode. Do you remember? And we all sat there with all the producers, and they cut. We're just. I don't know what we've done here. It was so different than anything else we've seen. And they're going, what do you think? We're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And you come from Hollyoaks as well, right? So you come from Hollyoaks where you'd got a slew of awards and everyone loved your character. And then suddenly you're on set with these guys riding ponies and, it couldn't have been more different and more extravagant.
No, absolutely. Yeah, it was just... You can't... There will never be a job like it.
No, absolutely. And you'd get the scripts and you knew it was out there, and you just had to 100% commit to it.
Yeah.
And just absolutely play it for...
As if it was real.
As if you were doing something really
normal.
gritty, you know. And that's how we got away with it, I think.
She was just such an amazing character.
Amazing.
Just amazing.
We all loved Hazel Bailey.
Her and Zoe were just like...
The ultimate,
So
well, yeah, I mean,
iconic,
there would have been no Footballers' Wives without Zoe Lucker.
Yeah,
without
Indeed.
who's a dream to work
She had
with.
it all together backstage as well, didn't she?
Yeah.
You know, we used to have a
I think there's interesting, isn't it? Because you look at the success of Ted Lasso, which is all about a football club, and there's a chairperson at the top of which is Hannah Waddingham played. Is there a little bit of Hazel in Hannah's character? Do you think of Ted Lasso?
Interestingly, Hannah Waddingham played Hazel's girlfriend for Hazel's exit story from the
in Footballers' Wives.
Yeah.
Did she really?
Yeah.
That is a great little bit of showbiz inside. I forgot that. That's amazing.
So, there we go.
And I think what you've said as well, I think, Alison, is that you think that Footballers' Wives has paved the way for more women to be on screen in drama.
No, absolutely. I mean, I got the job from doing Bad Girls, again, another huge female-led drama, and that was really new, that shows with women running the show, and great. More of that.
Yeah. What do you think was the secret of the success of the show, Layla? Do you think it was because we hadn't seen anything like that before here, and maybe we wanted something that was a bit more led from the US? You know,
I think the fact that it was glamorous, you've got these beautiful people. It was about the women, really, not about the footballers.
All right.
Sorry, Gary.
He was fairly nifty. He was fairly nifty at the football.
He was a great footballer.
Yeah. Character development was great, and just getting the right cast. It was such a dream. Everyone knew what they had to do when they went on set. They knew their characters. We knew it was fun, but like Alison said, you had to commit to it. In Footballers' Wives land, it's completely normal. This happens all the time, and you had to play it like that.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, people just wanted a change, didn't they?
It was very different. I guess, Susie, as well, there was a lot of argy-bargy. You all had to, when you're talking about committing, you all had to commit. The number of different occasions that ended up with a fight, whether it was the players fighting, the wives fighting, the girlfriends fighting, or whatever it was.
Yeah. Well, I loved all that.
Yeah.
That was what I wanted to see in the scripts. You know, forgetting all the tragic events, I liked all of the real drama, and they just delivered it. And I felt that this era that Footballers' Wives came out was a very grey time on TV, and this brought some colour back. This was before Towie. I know their reality shows and the Housewives series, but a lot of that came off the back of realising people had an appetite for something a little bit more colourful on TV.
Bit of escapism.
Well, the ultimate guilty pleasure.
Absolutely.
You know,
And you do these cat fights, and by the end of it, there'd be like a hair extension there, a few false nails over there. It was just hysterical, madness.
And what about a reboot, Gary? We've seen lots of series come back and have another little go at it. Could you see it coming back?
I think it would go down a storm, to be honest. I think they might have the compliance, getting it actually on screen might take another 10 years. You know what it's like now.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be something refreshing. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't be able to play a footballer, sadly.
But you could be the coach, you could be the gnarly coach on the touchline.
Yeah, but, you know, those days are behind me now, unfortunately. But I mean, look, it was just refreshing, you know. I think that's the thing. You could watch it, people loved it, but it was escapism. You know, you'd all watch it and just forget about all the nonsense that's actually going on in real life, you know?
I like that line, though, as you said, everything was a bit drab back then, and suddenly there was this explosion of colour.
We always filmed it in the summer, and we got lucky with the weather, right?
Yeah, we
and they put it out in January, February, when everyone was indoors like that. It just lifted everyone.
Yeah.
And we have another member of the cast with us as well. Ken, who is our photographer, who does all the photographs across all the daytime shows. Ken was the star of the show for you guys as well, wasn't he?
We love Ken.
I'm a bit gutted, because I thought you were going to roll out Zoe Lucker there.
So look, here's Ken. There's you, Ken.
There he is. All right, darling.
If you rub yourself up against me one more time.
He's not changed either.
No, not at all.
No, he looks great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us this morning. Thank you so much.
It's been lovely to reminisce.
For having us.
Yeah, you can watch all episodes of Footballers' Wives on ITVX. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
Come on.
So good. And as they prepare to head to Switzerland tomorrow, Charlotte Steele, Lauren Byrne and Holly Ann Holt join us now. You must
Good morning.
be so excited.
Oh, my gosh. We're nervous. We are feeling nervous now.
Yeah.
I think more than anything, nervous for it to be finished, aren't we?
Yeah, it's suddenly kicked in because we fly tomorrow to
Oh, is
Basel.
it tomorrow?
Yeah, we fly tomorrow.
Oh.
It's crazy.
So it just means once we're there, it will be over. It'll be so sad. We're
I
already
know.
like, we were so worried about it being over and how devastated we're going to be when it's all done. But we need
Got
to
to do
enjoy
your
it.
best to stay as present as
As
you can.
present, yeah, exactly.
Charlotte, have you packed? Is the packing done? How do you pack for Eurovision?
So that's a really good question.
Thank you.
I've definitely started.
Have you?
Yeah, I've started.
Oh, my God.
But that's only been
I thought we weren't doing that.
I've really not packed anything I actually need. I've just like got the bag down, started
It's open
putting
on
like
the floor.
adapters
Yes.
and things, like the really important bits.
Yeah, and then
No
you'll forget
clothes.
what you've packed
Oh, yeah,
and then
and then
pack
have
a
to
load
redo
more.
it.
Yeah.
And who's packing all the outfit? Is someone dealing with that when you get there? Have you got to squeeze the bodices in to the bags?
It does take us quite a long time to coordinate individually, and then we have to work it out, don't we? It's quite the mathematic equation. Yeah.
It's not easy.
You need a spreadsheet.
I can only imagine. So how did you all get together and where did the name Remember Monday come from?
Well, we met when we were 16 at Sixth Form College, and we always had free periods on a Monday.
Right.
And so we'd always get together and sing, the three of us, and it just kind of became a little bit of an in-joke that, you know, we'd see each other every single Monday and it'd be like, oh, when am I seeing you next? Remind me, is it Remember Monday? Don't forget. So that's kind of where the name came from. But then about, how long ago now? 18 months
18 months
ago,
ago.
we quit our full-time jobs to do the band full-time.
Yeah.
And here we are.
It's going OK so far.
I think it's been incredible. I love the name as well. So I think it's really cool because it means something to each of you as well. The idea that it goes back to Remember Monday, Seeing You Monday or whatever. And let's talk about getting the Eurovision gig. Because there was quite a lot of speculation and someone sort of released the fact that you were doing it a little bit before time as well. Was that you?
The thing is, there was a low-key leak.
There was a low-key leak.
Was it me? We don't know.
Oh, it's not been proved?
It's not been proved, but there
What
are
happened?
many sources that have heard me talking about it on the train.
Just got no filter. Like,
I
we'll
just
be walking
assume no one
down
is listening to me.
like a main road in London, and Holly will say,
when we do
Eurovision, and Lauren and I are like,
I mean, no one's listening to us. No one knows who we are.
But someone was
True.
listening.
Well,
We don't know.
I don't know.
Unproven.
Yeah.
But we think.
But I'll take it.
We blame Holly for it.
So if you want any of the juicy gossip, we'll come to Holly. She's the one who'll let it fly.
Yeah.
But you've got some high-power fans as well, haven't you? You've got, like, Brian May has recorded things for you and Shania Twain.
Yeah. We know, that's so weird, actually. We don't really understand how these people have found out about us and supposedly like us enough to
share that.
Yeah, to share their likeness of us.
Yeah. It's wild.
Weird.
It's TikTok. Honestly,
Yeah.
TikTok
Yeah.
has like changed our lives a little bit, just because it's a platform that opens us up to the world. So we've been able to communicate with.
I mean, it was TikTok, wasn't it, for Sam Ryder in
Yeah.
lockdown
Yeah.
that launched
Yeah.
Sam to then go on and achieve what he achieved
Yes.
at Eurovision.
It's amazing.
You had some very lovely messages, Shania Twain, Brian.
Yeah.
Am I right in saying that Taylor Swift is a fan as well?
Listen, she liked a video
That's
of
enough.
ours, but
That's
that truly is
plenty.
enough. I can die happy.
Yeah.
She's seen it.
Yeah, plenty.
In that ilk, we've got a message from one of your super fans who's pretty similar to Taylor Swift in many ways. This is what they had to say about your performance.
Girls, it's me. I just want to say how proud I am that you're representing us in the Eurovision Song Contest this year. I cannot wait to see you in Basel later this week. I know you've been told to stay away from me because I've got form of taking contestants out to Euro Club and maybe having a couple of beverages. But I promise you, the night of the final on that Saturday, us four are painting the town pink. I can't wait to see you. Do your best, and I love you lots.
And haven't some people agreed to have tattoos as well if you do really
Uh-oh.
And now it's you. Now you're involved.
You're involved. If you're intrigued, you're involved. That's the rule.
So what's the deal?
Is if we get top 5.
Top 5.
Yeah. You get
Graham
a tattoo.
Norton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rylan?
Yeah.
Now us, because
Scott,
we've asked.
Scott.
Scott.
You guys.
Scott,
Guys.
So if you ask, I should have warned
Do
you.
you have a tattoo?
No, not yet.
I don't have one. Do you have tattoos already?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they've got matching ones. You've got your
We've
little
got 6 matching
horseshoes.
now, which is, I know, excessive, but yeah.
Well, look, we can't let you go without having a little blast, if we may.
No.
Can we have a little glimpse of what the hell just happened?
Sure. Sure. Like, where are we starting? What? Is that good? What the hell just... Yeah, OK. 1, 2, 3. What the hell just happened? No clue, but I liked it.
Oh, amazing.
It's what lots of the guests say. Thank you, ladies. We are going to be wishing you well,
Yeah,
aren't
we'll
we?
be riveted.
We'll be watching.
Enjoy every single moment.
Wishing you good luck.
Good luck. Hope you survive a night out with Rylan as well. Because he's put me through the mill at the World Cup, and that was not something that was easy to do.
Brilliant.
It doesn't matter what it is, he's always leading the charge, but we will be thrilled to bits to watch you perform.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing.
Thank
Very
you
proud to
so
have you
much.
represent us.
Best
Good
luck.
luck.
Thank you. The grand final of this year's Eurovision Song Contest airs on BBC One from 8 p.m. on Saturday, the 17th. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
We're in, Tom. Stick a fork in it, we're in. It's done.
That's what I want.
Star of the brand new series, Tom Hughes, joins us now. Morning, Tom.
Morning,
guys. How you doing?
morning.
See you.
It looks so good. So, had you seen Malpractice, the first series, before you got the script?
No.
You hadn't
No,
seen
I
it?
hadn't, no. But so I read the scripts, like, fresh. I was actually shooting something else in Tenerife at the time, so it felt very, like, out of place reading it. And I went and just got a little coffee and thought, right,
But
I'll start
lovely
these...
because it's a story, it's a standalone story, so you don't have to.
No, you don't need
series
to.
one.
No one does watching it, but I would advise you to because it's brilliant.
Yeah.
I've since seen it, and season 1 is amazing. Neve Olga, who plays the kind of focus of that season, she's just an incredible actor.
sensational.
Anyway. Yeah, she's fantastic.
Well, you're not too shabby yourself.
I don't know about that.
But is there any crossover? So is it set in the same hospital? Are there any kind of continuing characters?
Continuing characters, Helen and Jordan's characters, Norma and George, they're continuing. They're the investigators from MIU.
Yeah.
It's made by the company that made Line of Duty. So, you know, in Line of Duty, you get, like, a new lead for each season.
Yeah.
It's in the same police station. In this one, there's the same investigators, but it's a whole new hospital, whole new story, new set of characters, new set of... And you cast all of that, but Helen and Jordan are both there, yeah.
And much like Line of Duty, it has that breathless feel to it, doesn't it? That's the great...
I hope so. I mean, it needs to. Grace's writing has that. There's really kind of nothing. It's very lean writing. It's incredibly fantastic, dramatic writing, to be honest. But also with her experience of being a psychiatric doctor, and obviously James being a psychiatric doctor in the show, the authenticity just really screams, I hope. I've only seen one act myself. I'm trying to watch it as it goes out, so...
Tell us a little bit about your character and the storyline you find yourself in.
So we meet James. He's working in a hospital as a psychiatric doctor, like I say. He's slightly unknowable, you know. There's an enigma about him to a certain degree, but he's an idealist, maybe a little bit naive. He's quite passionate, forthright, driven to be the best doctor he can be, but perhaps at times that naivety, that idealism can make him be a little reckless, maybe. Cut a few corners now and again if it's not going to hurt anybody. And then things mechanisms, schisms happen that mean that he ends up being investigated and then by the MIU, gets accused of a malpractice and hence the title of the show. And then you kind of see his life responding to that and slightly falling apart. And there's a lot of questions about his intentions, if you like.
Yeah. Oh, how exciting. Is he a little bit arrogant at all?
No.
No. See, this is the thing with actors. I know you trained at RADA. You fall in love with the characters.
No, it's not. No, it's not that. I think it's questionable, I agree. It's not a case of just backing his case blind, but I think he's forthright, you know, he's confident, but I think that's driven by his idealism. I think arrogance perhaps comes from a place of conceit.
Yeah.
I don't think he has that. But there's some, you know, he can definitely ruffle feathers, for sure, you know.
Amazing. Tell us about your first day of filming, because it was a bit like a baptism of fire, wasn't it?
I can't remember my first day of filming.
Well, all the cast was together, and you was quite impressed with everybody.
On my first day? I think my first day was a really quiet day. It was just me, you know, there's a moment of him walking into a door. Honestly, I just got my keys out my pocket and went into my house.
What a day! This is going to be hard. What a day!
Alison, I am famously not very good with keys, so it was a challenge for me, for sure.
Tom, are you sort of acting, do you love to research it? Obviously, you could research quite a lot with this, I imagine. Or do you just like to get the script and, you know, just do the words?
A bit of both, Dermot. I think the intellectual side of acting I try and do well in advance, you know, and that's the structural stuff, the analysing the script and all of that. And I think with a job like this,
not just an expectation from outside to get it right, but I put that expectation on myself. You know, the authenticity is what's going to ring true. But then when
like you said, especially when the writer Grace was you know.
And I lent on Grace. I mean, listen, she was my everything in terms of a template, really.
What did she do in the NHS? She was
a psychiatric doctor. Yeah, exactly the same job as James.
So you could ask her any question.
Any question.
What would I be doing here?
Yeah, exactly. And this is not biographical, but I'm sure, and Grace wouldn't mind me saying, there's certain elements that are pulling on experiences and then kind of seen through the prism of his life. So to have her there, not just as the dramatist she is, but also to have her there for that research quality, like you say, that was incredible. Yeah. I really learned on it.
Can you tell us a little bit about the upcoming Netflix thing with Steve Coogan?
I can't tell you anything about it, but I can tell you what it's called and who's
Legends.
in it. It's called, you know that already. Yeah. It's called Legends. Steve Coogan's in it, like you say. Tom Burke is in it, who's an amazing actor.
Have you filmed it?
We're filming it. We're really in the early stages of it at the moment, hence why I can't tell you anything.
But you're enjoying yourself. You're having a good time.
I'm having a good time. Yeah. It's
and
fun.
I don't know if you can still see it, but Tom was in this show called The English, which is this guy called Hugo Blickmate, and it was on the iPlayer. It
was on the iPlayer.
And
it's
honestly, it's set in the American West, and his character's brilliant. But you were sensational in it.
You enjoyed it, yeah. You were saying before,
such a brilliant.
Without a shadow of a doubt, like one of the best things I've ever done. Like from a personal experience of making it, the end product, I was so blown away. I'm not in episode 1 of it, so I felt like I could watch that like an audience member, and yeah, it was an incredible piece to be involved in. Hugo's just incredible. Yeah.
Oh, well,
congratulations on everything.
We're really looking forward to this. Tom,
nice
thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks.
Malpractice.
Check me out with that key. It's unreal.
What a first step.
What a day.
He's nailing it. Oh, no.
Well, listen,
How many takes did that
Malpractice
take?
returns this Sunday at 9 p.m. on ITV1 and ITVS.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.
Packages, the way you held that stage there. She's now celebrating an incredible 6 decades in show business. And Elaine joins us now to chat about her remarkable career. I mean, when you see that package put together and all those different kind of incarnations of yourself, what do you think?
I know. Well, I think to myself, I mean, it was a bit like the Palladium the other night.
Yeah.
You know, this concert that the BBC have thought up to put on for me was just amazing, and because all of those songs were sung by a wonderful West End cast of performers, and to see the Palladium Theatre packed to the rafters with people that were there just who wanted to lose themselves in their love of musical theatre was just wonderful. It was amazing, amazing night.
I imagine, Elaine, that there's a thing that happened because we went to the audience with Sir Tim Rice. He did one at the Palladium last week.
Yes, well, 4 days later.
Yes, 4 days later.
We're all reflecting.
And it's a similar 60 years, of course. And there is a thing that happens. You just have to look around the audience, the joy and the smiles on everyone's faces. Not least everyone singing along with all the words or mouthing the words. Nick Ferrari and his fiancée were sitting in front of them. They were singing along, and I could see some of my colleagues. My mum was with me.
Yes.
There's just this shared collective sense of connection that comes.
That's right. Well, because it does take us back, and we are all reflecting on those years, and particularly for me that night, and Tim's show as well. It's all about musical theatre, and well, mainly anyway, certainly on my standpoint. And I was sitting there both the night for me and his night, thinking, gosh, wasn't I lucky to be part of British musical theatre and being cast in those fantastic shows, Billy from Don Black with Michael Crawford at Drury Lane, and having those wonderful songs, one hit after the other, you know, Billy, Grease, Chess, Argentina and Evita, Memory and Cats. I mean, there was one hit after another, which is something that I don't think you kind of get quite so much today.
Elaine, you say lucky, but there's an element of luck. But you had to work really, really hard to get that first role in Evita that sort of was that moment when you met Andrew and Tim wrote the words, of course. I didn't realise how many auditions they made you do.
Oh, I don't know, about 8 or something like that.
Just
I mean,
the 8 auditions?
It seemed that you know, one was going back week after week after week, and I always wore the same clothes, did my hair up in a 40s sort of hairstyle, and in the hope that might sort of jog their memory and help them remember me. But I can remember the final audition at Andrew's apartment in London, and that was the one where he kept asking me to sing Rainbow High over and over again.
Which is the one he said is the hardest to sing of all,
Well, that's why
right?
I think he was getting me to do it. it, you know, back to back, just to see if I could sustain
test
it. Yes, of course. And, you know, and I was so desperate to win the part, I thought, gosh, I know that this is a serious final audition. But it was, you know, very exciting to get that part. Yes, I really wanted to get it, and pretty amazed when I did.
I love it when the agent turns up in a cape with a bottle of champagne at 12 o'clock at night and goes,
"That's right.
You got it."
At midnight.
Changed your life.
Yes, it changed my life, but that was a midnight thing.
Yeah.
And then much later on with Cats, another midnight figures. I don't know why, quite a lot in my life, because that's when I saw this bedraggled cat and heard a fragment of the tune of Memory on the radio, on the car radio, coming home from a dinner party. And the next day, Cameron Mackintosh rang me up and said, "We've got a bit of a problem. Will you come and do you fancy sort of taking over the role of Grisabella?" So, I mean, yes, midnight and black cats, there's a lot of spooky going on
But
there.
Judi Dench was supposed to do it, and she'd hurt her ankle.
She injured, she had more than hurt herself. She snapped her Achilles tendon and was carted off to hospital, poor woman. Wow. So her demise was my good fortune.
Wow. And there's been loads of stories along the way. There was one that we've heard, which is when you were on stage in the musical Hair, which at the time was very cutting edge. It was it was kind of quite controversial in a way. They had to change the law, I think, even.
They
for it,
did,
didn't they?
yes.
Because of the nudity at the end.
That's right, absolutely right.
And you were a bit worried about it.
Well, I wasn't worried about them changing the law, but I was worried about having to get my kit off, frankly. And a bit of a wimp at the idea of it, but I managed to do it with a good friend of mine who was in the cast, Gary Hamilton. God rest his soul, he's no longer with us. But, yes, he offered to stand next to me and hold my hand, you see. So the moment came and we had to stand up from under this sheet naked. And the shock, I can't tell you. I don't know if you've ever stood naked in front of a lot of people, but it takes a bit of courage and to have done that, you know, to stand there. And, of course, I put my hand out to hold his hand, only to find it wasn't his hand I was holding, if you get my drift. So, because it was very funny. I think, you know, I must have bellowed or something.
Because he was quite a big man, wasn't he?
He was tall.
Tall,
yeah,
tall
big
man.
guy.
Tall
yeah,
would be
very
a better
tall. So
use.
for me down here, you get the dimensions, if you see what I mean.
Although seemingly quite fitting within the world of Hair to have reached out and grabbed the wrong part of somebody wasn't necessarily as much of an issue.
It was cool at the time. I mean, it was a different time entirely, obviously. And I also can remember from that show, I understudied Annabelle Levington and to sing the part of Sheila, and I was to sing Easy to Be Hard. And I think I maybe went on once or twice when she was off, but the worst one was the part of Jeannie, and there were 3 understudies to each character. And they were all off at the same time, and they carted me on. They said, "You're our best bet," and shoved me on to play Jeannie. And of course, it's a role that I hadn't learned the role. I didn't know it, and how I managed to come up through that trap door and sing "Welcome Sulphur Dioxide" and everything else, I do not know. But I think I must have learned it through osmosis, from being there every night. But of course, in the wings, I didn't know the scenes at all, so I was desperately trying to get, you know, an idea of how to play the scenes, because I didn't have a clue. It's very frightening.
But the show must go on.
And I decided never understudy from that moment on.
Oh, really?
I never understudied again. It's not part of my nature to have that stress.
Yeah, and then there was Broadway too. You did Sunset Boulevard on Broadway, which must have been incredible to go to New York City and have standing ovation.
Well, you know, both with Evita, Cats and Chess, I was unable to go to Broadway. So, you know, and every performer in Broadway, they want to play the West End, and we all want to play Broadway. It's just part of the way it is. And it took me 18 years to finally play Broadway in Sunset Boulevard, playing Norma Desmond. And I can remember walking down the stairs, you know, to deliver the first line. And I didn't get around to deliver the first line because the audience gave me this rather embarrassing kind of ovation before I'd even opened my mouth.
Well, they had been waiting all that time for you to get to Broadway as well, you see.
I suppose, but they did kind of know me through my recordings. You know, I'd recorded Evita and Chess and Cats and everything, so they sort of knew me. But the line was, why are you so late? And I can remember sort of smiling to myself, thinking, well, I know why, because it's taken me 18 years to get here.
Elaine, it's so lovely to have you come and join us.
Yeah.
Really, real treat.
And please keep doing the BBC Radio 2 show.
Oh,
I
I'm glad you love it,
so much.
yes.
I'm always cooking in the kitchen and I've got it on in the
Yes, well,
background.
that's the one now people come up to me and talk to me most about. Yes,
Magical.
it's that.
Lovely to see you.
Yes.
Thank
you can catch 60 Years in Show Business on Radio 2. That's this Sunday. And then Elaine's chat with the amazing Zoe Ball is on BBC 4.
Thank you
next
for
Sunday.
visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning. Guest faced horrendous online hate and abuse as well as bullying at school because she was born deaf.
But now Love Island and Strictly finalist Tasha Guri wants to strike back against the bullies and show how people can use their differences to help others. It's the message in her new book called Your Superpower, which is being demonstrated so beautifully and displayed by Kat. Tasha, lovely to see you. Thank you for coming in.
No, it's nice to see you both again.
Congratulations on the book.
Thank you.
It's a really, really special read. There's a lot in this to take away. It's not strictly an autobiography, is it?
No, I feel like I'm not old enough yet to have an autobiography. So that's why I went down the memoir route. It's kind of like being on FaceTime with me, my best friends, coming to me for advice. And it's all about my experiences, affirmations in there. It's not just for people with disabilities, it's for anybody that struggles with self-confidence, self-love, or going through bullying. And my parents are in there as well. So it's really good for parents going through hard times. So, yeah it's all around a lovely, lovely book. Really empowering. That's what I wanted with this.
Yeah, because I read all the bits that your dad wrote in there as well about the divorce, but also the fact that he was the one who kind of coined the phrase, it's your superpower.
He did.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so he always said to me, Tash, it's your superpower. He kind of gave me that positive outlook on it.
Yeah.
I always had such a negative thought about it, and he said, utilise it. You know, you've got something so beautiful, so really embrace your differences, and that's why your superpower is a perfect title for this, because it kind of relates to me and it relates to my family, and it really just makes me feel really independent and strong. And your superpower can be anything. It can be your kindness, your humbleness, or it can be absolutely anything. So that's why I thought that would be a perfect title for this.
And the way you've written it, you don't have to go from the beginning to the end. You can just dip in and out. It's like a guide. I really love the idea, though, Tasha, because, of course, you went through school, which what you're experiencing. Your parents send the kids off to school and panic and worry, especially if you're struggling as well. The guidance from your parents within there, just to help other people who may have to deal with that, to help you best or their children best, I think is really, really important.
Yeah, thank you. You know, I think this book is just for anybody out there that's going through hard times. And I believe obstacles come your way for you to overcome them, makes you stronger. And I always say every opportunity that comes makes you grow. And I always say a storm passes as well, you know. Sometimes it feels like life really is about to end, but a storm always passes and the sun shines again, you know, like today. That's what it's truly about. And, you know, I really delved deep a lot into my personal experiences that I've not really gone so deep into.
How hard was that?
That was tough, you know, you're showing a vulnerable part of yourself. This is the first time that I've actually gone, this is it. You know, this is all laid out now, my experiences and how much it affected my mental health growing up, but how I also stayed positive throughout it all as much as I could. And, you know, there's things in there as well that really do hit deeply, but I think it's so important to be vulnerable and raw. And I feel like doing this has made me even stronger. You know, I'm sharing something to help other people out there, which is what I want to do.
Yeah, because you had a hard time right from starting at school, didn't you?
Yeah, school wasn't easy, you know. I felt very isolated. No one else used British Sign Language, so I had to force my speech to get better.
So you used sign language up to the age of, was it 5?
Yeah, 5, 6 years old. And even in primary school, I was still using it. And I talk a lot with my hands now, still. And then high school was hard because no one could understand why sometimes I felt frustrated or why I was upset or sensitive. And also being born into a hearing family, that also had to adapt around me. They had to learn, OK, as parents, how do we change our lifestyles now? I have an older brother as well, so they also had to focus on him. So there's a lot for my parents to really had to adapt. But, you know, that makes them superheroes, I think.
It was Rose Ayling-Ellis who was the first person that you saw sort of represented a part of you on television as well, wasn't it?
It was. I always say Rose was the first person. And I was 22 years old. That goes to show how long it kind of took for that representation on TV. And I remember watching Rose and I went, there's somebody like me on TV, you know. She had hearing aids, dancing, beautiful ball gown, Strictly, and I looked at her and I went, wow. And she gave me that confidence to do Love Island, you know, the year later. So because of Rose, she really broke down barriers, basically, and she brought the deaf community to representation.
And there's an amazing thing, though, isn't it? Because Strictly is one thing, it's a biz showbiz machine, everything's controlled. Love Island is something I mean, literally, figuratively and metaphorically stripped more bare on Love Island. You're there not wearing very much, being your full selves, and it can be a very critical audience watching it as well.
It is, you know, Love Island, I look back, even watching this, I'm like, I look so young.
You did.
Love Island was hard, you know. I always say it was a 50-50 experience because when you're in there, you're so not in the outside world. You have no idea what's being said about you, how you're being perceived. I was 22 going into that, so I was really, really young. And I kind of just thought, just have fun, it's summer, you know, finding love. And I had such a positive experience coming out as well. You know, I had a great relationship with Andrew for 2.5 years, which I absolutely will be grateful for. And, you know, I went on there for representation, which is what I wanted to do, show that we can find love even though you have a disability. And I hope I did that, you know. But, you know, I grew so much in the space of 11 weeks in there. It's like a social experiment. You are learning how to deal with conflict, how to meet new people, how to communicate and how to socialise.
And you are very young too to be doing that.
Yeah.
But then you had the confidence to go and do Strictly as well. Was there ever a moment where you thought, I'm not sure, I don't know if I can do this or not?
Oh, I was 100% all in. Yeah, I dived straight in. As soon as the opportunity came, I said, yes, absolutely. You know, and Aliash was a great partnership. I was so lucky to have such a great partner as well throughout it all. It was a great cast as well. I felt so lucky to be part of last
How
year.
have you found that resilience, though, Tasha? Because, of course, when you came out of Love Island, your parents had to sit you down and say, look, you might have had an amazing experience, but this is what has been happening while you're away. Online, there was a lot of trolling, people mimicking how you speak. And how do you navigate things like that to the point where when you get the chance to do a big Saturday night show like Strictly, you think, I'm not going to let that get in the way. I'm going to go all in because that's more important.
I think when I came out of Love Island, it could have gone two ways for me. I could have gone down the whole of really, really hit me, and I could have gone really...
Hiding away.
Yeah, hiding away. Or I just face it straight on. I said, you know what, I'm going to face the trolls and face them because it says more about them than me. You know, that's kind of how I thought of it. And they only know me from what they see on TV. The only people that really matters, people that really know me and love me. So then going to do Strictly, I said I'm going to use this as an opportunity just to fully embrace myself and ignore the outside noise because they're not doing experience, you are. So I really wanted to give it 110% and just have the most positive, fun time. And like be dazzling my cockering plan. That was my favourite.
To me, was a moment of genius. It was literally like, this is who I am, and not only is this who I am, I'm going to elevate it a whole other level, and I'm going to sparkle it.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, to show people that you can embrace the beauty of it. And I had people sending me decorating theirs as well.
So they were doing theirs after that as well?
Yeah, and that's the power of representation on TV. It's beautiful, you know, to be able to connect to people like that. That makes me so happy. And if I can make one person just be confident for 5 minutes and I feel like I've done my job.
But Tasha, after being bullied time after time like that and then doing that, it's just brilliant.
It's inspiring.
Thank you.
Yeah, it really is. Thank you very much.
Thanks for popping back. Lovely to see you.
Tasha's new book, Your Superpower, is out now. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.